like a couple of them. I think we got more though.
Yeah, there's a few that will definitely go on top of and start.
Is that the new playoff hoodies?
Yeah,
Damn, those are tough.
better than the ones we got.
I mean, they're both tough. I'll be honest,
Yeah,
but I mean, I would like to have that one.
yeah, I
Damn,
know. So my mom bought two, and then my brother got one. So
damn.
yeah, pretty fire though.
Yeah, that's a tough design, bro. I definitely would cop.
Yeah, I would cop too.
Can't no more.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, we posted on our Instagram story, and we got 4 topics. Well, one of them is just basically my uncle saying I want to shout out.
Shout
So,
out Maz's own.
yeah, shout out Abdullah Chachu, the goat. All right. So we'll first start with what is the purpose of living and what it means to be human.
That's such a
It's such a like deep thing to talk about, but
yeah. Let's get deep today. Me and you were tired, so you should wake up with some deep shit.
yeah, might as well. Okay, you want to go first?
So the question was, what's the meaning of living, and what does it mean? What does
Yeah.
it mean to be human?
Yeah.
See, I kind of have maybe a little bit different standpoints.
The purpose of living and what it means to be human.
See, because for me, obviously humans are the most dominant creature on Earth.
Yep.
So, but I still I believe we're literally animals.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, look at like cavemen, bro. Like they were still like animals. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they were humans, but they weren't.
They were a different species.
Yeah, like some Neanderthal shit.
So they were like I remember going over this in my bio class. I think they were Homo erectus, and then I think we're a group of Homo sapiens,
Yeah,
something like that.
but it's just like I don't know. I just see humans as like animals, so it's just kind of like
Okay.
we're kind of part of the rest of the world, just more dominant, more intelligent.
Yeah.
But what it means to be human, I don't know. I kind of just think of like, as long as you look like a fucking human, you're a human.
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah. And then what does
Yeah.
it mean to be? What does it mean to live?
Yeah, what does it mean to like live in this life?
I don't know if you could put a definition on it.
Okay.
I would say it's like an example or something of just like grow up. I don't know. That's weird. That's a hard question to answer.
Okay.
What
I
do you
see.
think?
Yeah, it is. It's a hard question. While you were talking, I was thinking of like what I would say, and dude, I still don't know. But
It's tough.
like as a Muslim, Eid Mubarak to everybody, by the way. Um,
Yeah, what he said.
but basically, as a Muslim, I know my purpose in life is just to serve God, and perform 5 daily prayers, pray or pay the zakat, which is mandatory charity, do the pilgrimage. So basically, all of the 5 pillars of Islam. So completely perform those, and what it means to be human. Man, I can't think of like. So I would say, so God created mankind, and then He created the angels. He created the devils, right?
Mm-hmm.
So He created mankind, and I wouldn't say He intentionally made us. I believe that He intentionally made us to make mistakes, just because every human will make mistakes, every human will sin.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about repenting and going back to your God.
Right.
So, like, no matter what you do, good or bad, pray on it and see how you feel.
Yeah.
I think that's what it would be to be human, I would say.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
That's
So,
a more intelligent answer than mine, but
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
the only reason why I came up with this is because you were talking and I had time to think.
yeah.
But, yeah. So, Jeremy, here, we're going to have to.
Who asked that? That was
Jeremy.
Okay.
So,
Shout out Jeremy.
Yeah, we'll try to post his Instagram somehow.
Yeah. Everybody's question who we answer, we'll put your
Yeah.
do a little shout out,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that.
And the other ones were like AI and music, so we can talk about that one.
Like AI music together.
Let me reread it, but I'm pretty sure it was okay. AI and the music industry.
All right, so I'm gonna come up with an answer separately, and then I'll make an answer of if there's AI and music.
Okay.
So separately, AI is like definitely taking over the world,
Yeah.
and it's not something I don't think we should be like scared of, but definitely something we should embrace and learn about,
Yep.
and how we can use it to our advantages as human. So, I mean, you have Jet GPT. I mean, there's people that literally make money just off of Jet GPT.
I love ChatGPT.
Not that like itself they make money from it, but they ask it questions or they have it make them tools that they use where they make money elsewhere.
Yeah.
Which is smart as fuck. I mean, you ask it to do something and it does it. Like, it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, the music industry, it's kind of going down to shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how movies are now. Like,
Mhm.
movies, there's just like, you just don't see as good quality movies unless it's like reliving a historic event or something. Or if it's like, you know, but like if they come up with a story, usually it's probably not as good anymore. But yeah, the music industry just kind of going to shit. I feel like the wrong kind of people are getting call outs and getting popular.
Yeah, specifically like Sam Smith,
Sam Smith, like Lizzo,
Harry Styles, Lizzo.
Harry Styles,
Like
Cardi
his
B
name.
and shit.
Cardi
like,
B, but there's another dude I can't. Oh, Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas
Yeah.
X. Who else? But yeah, just like people like that. It's just like, for me personally, those aren't people I'd want my kids to look up to at any point in time in their life. Never look up to those people. So, and I feel like that's like what people do. They look up to those people, and it's just like, that's kind of scary, in my opinion. So, I mean, if and or when I ever have kids, like, and there's people like that are the role models for the world, nah,
Yeah.
that's scary to me.
Yeah, no, I would say AI is actually like, I would say it's helpful, but I feel like the more we rely on AI, the more or the less intelligent we will be later on. Not just as like the people that create it, but like the people that use it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the consumer
Yeah.
could, yeah.
Because it brings down like because it brings down creativity. So like, let's say I have to write a paper, right? Instead of me actually using my brain to think about what to write about, I can just say, write me a like 3-page paper, 4-page paper, 5-page paper on whatever topic that I need to write about.
Yeah.
Versus if my teacher was like, all right, you got to write this paper, you would have to write it. It's not like, if you use ChatGPT, it takes like 2 seconds. If you actually do it yourself, you actually have to use your mind and everything. And yeah, I feel like AI is a good thing, but overusing it can cause everybody else like around us, like the consumers of AI, to be more. I'm not trying to say stupid, but like stupid.
Yeah.
And
dumb. Yeah.
Dumb. Yeah. And creativity is gonna be like terrible because no one's gonna be creative. Everyone's gonna be thinking the same.
Yeah, I could see that. I think you would just have to use AI at the right times and for the right reasons.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's like, yeah, it's a very tedious thing. You can't just, it's not good to use it just consistently and do it for you, which, okay, it's a nice tool. And then it's more time efficient if you want to call it that. But I mean, you're kind of sacrificing the function of your brain and the development of your brain.
Yeah.
If you're just consistently using it day after day and having it do whatever you want it to do for you.
I agree. So then the music industry, I'm trying to go away from listening to music because it's against my religion to listen to music, but like I'm not saying that I stopped listening to it in general. I'm just trying to stay away from it as much as possible and then eventually completely stop it. But like the music that I used to listen to, but yeah, I'm just completely trying to get rid of it in general, not just because of my religion, but two, because I just don't think what they do is helping me anyway. So like
Yeah.
specifically Sam Smith, I saw this thing on Twitter where at his concert he dressed up as the devil and started like dancing
Yeah.
as the devil.
Yeah.
So imagine like the people that got their concert tickets and they have kids there.
Yeah.
And
scary.
yeah, that's scary because like
Yeah.
kids are one thing that you shouldn't, put your opinions on or like try to skew them in the wrong way
Mm-hmm.
because they're easily influenced because their brain is still growing. They don't know
Right.
what's right from wrong.
Right.
And if you show them at a young age that's like, you're not even saying what's right or what's wrong, and you show them that, obviously they're going to be gravitating towards that because that's what they saw in person and
Yeah.
live.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
So obviously religion is illegal to be taught in schools.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think sexuality and like transgenderism and fucking what's it called? Like drag queens and shit, should that be taught in schools?
No. I strongly believe that it should be like it should not be in schools or taught in schools because the more you teach it, the more influenced it's going to be.
Yeah.
So if you're teaching a kindergartner that you can change your gender whenever, you're going to have 5-6-year-olds that are going to change their gender multiple times.
Yeah.
Or like they'll change, oh, I'm a guy to, oh, I'm a girl to, oh, I'm a guy again.
Yeah.
Versus someone that's going to make their own decision when they're older. So that's why I think that it should just stay out the
Yeah.
school system, specifically public school systems.
Yeah. I agree
If we can't put religion in public schools, like obviously there's private schools, Catholic schools, Islamic
Yeah.
schools, Judaism schools, you
Right.
name it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have those private schools where they can teach that, but public schools you can't teach religion.
Yeah.
I disagree, but I mean, what am I to
Yeah.
the government? And if we can't teach religion inside of public schools, why are you allowed to teach them this?
Yeah.
Because now they're going to be easily influenced children because there's the prefrontal cortex,
Yeah.
right? It's part of your brain that deals with decision making,
Mm-hmm.
and it starts growing during puberty, and it stays growing until you're 25ish, right? So, or actually, it grows while your brain grows. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So then you keep growing, and then until 25 it stops.
Yeah.
So the prefrontal cortex is your decision making. Obviously, your prefrontal cortex now is it's bigger, so you have more you're more expanded on what's right versus what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a child, obviously you're not going to know what's right and what's wrong because you're not exposed to the world as much as me and you have been.
Right.
So I would say leave it to like math, reading,
Yeah.
social studies,
Math, science, social studies, or like history,
English.
and fucking PE.
Yeah, like don't bring up all this because I don't want to bring.
Because obviously all that shit under an umbrella is leaning towards one side politically.
Mhm.
So you're kind of forcing that side on the
I was about to say
kids.
that. Yeah, it's like I'm not saying that. Like I'm not trying to bring politics into it, but it's just I feel like it's just a political scheme, which is
Yeah.
just disgusting.
And they're making kid shows with that shit.
Yeah, which
Is like now you have to fucking search for shows that are normal for your kids to fucking watch,
yeah.
which is annoying, but
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is now. So, what were the other questions?
Okay, so that was from Will Double S.
Shout out Will Double S, Papa Will.
Okay, and then this is the last one that we got. So from Alex Rojo, NBA playoffs if y'all haven't already.
We
have
not actually. So
Okay, so I'm gonna pull up my notes about this because I remember I saw this and I was like, all right, we're gonna do some research and look into it.
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I like saw something on social media about like round 1 starting, and I was just like, they started already.
Oh, yeah,
was
I
like,
know.
What the fuck?
Okay, so the play-in, we'll first start with the play-in, okay?
Oh shit.
So the Bulls, because we're specifically gonna be talking about the Bulls first.
Yeah, Bulls, good comeback against the Raptors.
Really good game.
Shitty loss against the Heat.
Okay, so we talked about DeMar's daughter.
Yeah.
But
Goated.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But obviously, like how I was saying, is that with DeMar's daughter, I was happy that she was getting a positive response, but I'm upset of what happened in Miami.
Yeah.
She had to get escorted out like by multiple security guards because they
Yeah.
didn't because there's so much stuff going on in Miami.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that's not even a place you should bring your kids to.
Oh, yeah,
especially for a
Miami.
basketball game.
but I mean, yeah, it's your daughter. I mean, yeah. But
There's
so
positives, negatives.
let's see. Let's start off with the Raptors Bulls game. So the Bulls were down by 19 at half. Played terrible. Zach LaVine, I think he had like 3-4 turnovers at that time. DeRozan was missing all of his mid range. And
Yeah, I was working during that game, so I didn't watch it.
let's see, Caruso was usually him and Pat Beverly are like our big defensive guys, but Caruso was just not doing well against the Raptors. I think the person he was going against had like 15 to 17 points, give or take, at half. But then something happened. Momentum changed. Zach LaVine started having a lot more breaks, a lot more fast breaks. And he was just driving a lot more. DeMar DeRozan started making more shots. We also made substantially more free throws than the Raptors did, which is crazy because the Raptors are usually known to be making their free throws.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're at the last 30 seconds of the game. I think it was Pascal. I think it was Zach Pascal that was shooting his free throws. So Alex Caruso fouled him at the 3-point line, but his foot was on the line, so it should be 2 points or 2 free throws they should shoot. But they did review. I wasn't watching it; I was listening to it on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
But after review, they said that instead of 2, he's gonna get 3.
Oh shit!
I don't agree with it because
If your foot's on the line,
on the line, then it's 2. But apparently it wasn't. So now he has 3 free throws. Pascal missed 2 out of the 3.
Damn.
So he only made 1, and then Bulls won from there because free throws was a big thing.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan's daughter really carried. She made I think
him 50%.
Yeah, 50% from free throw line.
Yeah.
All right, and then now we're with the Heat and the Bulls. Didn't watch the game, but I looked into the summary. So Bulls started off well. They're winning at half, 27-24. Then you get to they're winning in the first quarter 27-24. Then you get to the second quarter. Heat are up by 1 by half. I think it was 53-52, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to the third quarter, and basically all of second half was just Miami Heat dominated.
Damn.
They just completely destroyed them in offensive rebounds. I don't know what it was. Vooch just completely sold. And I think Pat Williams came in, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, so then all that happened in the second half, and then it's still a close game, I end up catching the last 15 seconds of the game, and it's a close game. I think they were down by 2.
Damn.
So DeMar DeRozan is up at the free throw line. He makes 1, misses the other. So now they're down by 1. They sprint over, foul. Okay, just it's an intentional foul. They have no more fouls to give.
Right.
I forgot who it was that shot the free throws, but he made both of them. And then you come back. DeMar DeRozan drives again, makes a pass to Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine shoots it, misses it. They get the rebound. They start pressing up. I don't know who it was. It wasn't Tyler Hero, but it was a white guy. They pass the ball to the white guy. White guy makes a 3. Momentum's all Miami now. Yeah. Now they're down by 5. Go back to the free throw line. I think it was Alex Caruso or Pat Bev that was shooting the free throws. Made both. So, yeah, those 15 seconds were just fouls, shots. I think the Bulls ended up losing by 11.
Damn.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
I haven't been keeping up with NBA as much because I could care less now.
Yeah.
But I would say I think the Bucks will win the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
And then the Western Conference, dude, the Kings have been beating. I didn't watch the last game, but the Kings
up 2-1 on the Warriors.
Yeah, they're up 2-1 on the Warriors. They were up 2-0 before I saw that they lost. And Draymond Green's been an idiot.
Yeah.
like usual.
Yeah.
I think he stepped on Domantas Sabonis,
Yeah, I saw that. That's
and it was like, dude, it was crazy. He lifted his leg up,
yeah. Boom.
launched it.
Yeah, dude.
But
I don't give a fuck.
DeAndre Fox has been going crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, cause I don't know how Steph has been, because I haven't really watched it.
Yeah, I could care less about the Warriors.
But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy the Kings are up. I wasn't expecting it, but Kings are up.
Yeah. That's a
Let's see. I don't
mean,
know who's
third
gonna be
seed
in
the
the.
Western, which is crazy.
I think
Well, Denver's winning that. I'm gonna say the Suns are winning against the Clippers. I'm gonna just go balls to the wall and just say Kings are beating the Warriors.
Yep. I would be so happy if that happens.
Grizzlies and Lakers. I don't know, man.
Grizzlies.
I guess Grizzlies, but I don't know. I like seeing LeBron win.
I don't.
Why?
I'm just not. I mean, yeah, he's good or whatever, but I'm not a LeBron fan.
This guy.
Jordan's better in my eyes, just because I'm a Chicago fan and also
Yeah.
like. So my
I could
uncle.
agree with that.
So my uncle, he's in Texas now, but he was like born in Ohio, like stayed in Ohio and all that. And I'm pretty sure he says that he's a huge LeBron fan,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just like obsessed with LeBron. And I'm like, dude, no. So then we'll get into arguments here and there about like Jordan's better, LeBron's better.
Yeah.
And then we bring up the stats. I mean, now that LeBron's number one in scoring, it's kind of
Hard.
to,
Yeah.
because then they bring up this thing where it's like Messi won the World Cup, so now Messi's better than Ronaldo.
He's been better than Ronaldo.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
It's like,
The World Cup just put the cherry on top.
yeah, but now they're saying that analogy is the same with LeBron. Now that LeBron got the scoring title, he's better than Jordan. I don't think so.
It's just with that, it's weird because every Michael Jordan fan goes to the accolades.
Yep.
And my kind of state on that is just like, well, if we're going off accolades, then isn't Bill Russell better than Michael Jordan with
Yeah.
11 championships?
Yep.
So it's like, let's take the accolades off the table because there's people who have more accolades than Michael Jordan. So
I would go off who would win in a one-on-one,
yeah,
and I think Jordan would win the one-on-one.
yeah, it's just different eras. There's different like mentalities to the game now than it was before.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Eastern Conference. Bucks are gonna beat the Heat. Let's see, Cleveland and New York. Nets or Knicks. Not Nets. I got the Sixers
Cleveland.
over the Brooklyn Nets.
I got Cleveland winning.
Cleveland.
They've been playing really well.
This is for you.
So Spida, Colin Sexton.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Love's on the Heat, right?
Yeah.
That's
And then Kevin Garland has been playing really well for the Cavs. I mean, they got a squad.
yeah. And then Boston and Atlanta. That's pretty easy. I'm gonna say the Celtics over the Hawks.
Yep.
And then
So here's what I think is gonna be the Eastern Conference Finals. It's gonna be the Bucks and the Celtics, and then
okay.
the Bucks will probably win because the Bucks have just been dominant all year.
Yeah. Factual. What about Western?
Western, it's gonna be the Kings, and if the Lakers do end up getting past this round, it's gonna be the Lakers. But if not,
I'm saying Denver.
it might be Denver and Sacramento. If they don't play each other in the second round or anything like that.
No, they don't. But I will say, I'm gonna say Denver. Or the Kings, or the Lakers. Kind of like what you said.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if AD just doesn't get fucked up.
Get hurt.
Yeah.
Don't
Unless
do
he's
that.
already fucked up. I don't know.
I saw this thing on Twitter where it was Anthony Davis, and he jammed his finger, and he starts limping while he jammed his finger.
Limping?
Dude, it was hilarious.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
It's the most like AD shit ever, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He'll fucking hit his head and he'll just start bear crawling to the fucking. Swear to God.
So yeah, shout out Alex for the suggestion. Apologies that we don't know much about basketball as much as we know about football.
I just play. I don't know it.
Yeah.
I just play it.
I hoop sometimes.
I hope a little bit.
But let's see. So that was all of the topics we have. But
Let's search up some controversial shit.
yeah, let's talk about look up something and we'll talk about it. That's how I'm feeling today.
I was on a FaceTime call last night, and somebody was just going off wanting to know my opinions with all these like controversial topics. It was hilarious.
All right, so before we start,
What do you think of atheism?
I want your opinion on this.
All right.
So let's say, because this is what my parents do. So let's say like the podcast is on the big screen.
Okay.
Do you like listening to your own voice?
I don't mind it. I'm used to it now.
Yeah, I would say like because you edit it and stuff. But like if I'm watching it in front of people, I it's not that I get embarrassed. I just don't like listening to my voice.
Yeah, it's definitely. So for me, it's not the tone of voice, but it's more how I talk.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like when I was out in Colorado and they put on one of the episodes, I was just like, I don't know what I'm about to say,
Yeah.
but like I'm sorry, not sorry. Like that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Sorry for swearing, but like, cause it's like when I talk like with like you and the guys, it's like we just shoot a shit. Like we're swearing,
Yep.
we're saying whatever, you know. But like once you're with like another group of people,
Like you don't, or I mean, yeah, like that don't understand how we are with friends and stuff.
right? Yeah. Then it's like, it's just it's a different way you act.
Right.
It's how you act. You talk different. Like you're not gonna swear in front of somebody else's parents. You're not gonna
Exactly.
like you're gonna show respect, this and that. But it's like I can call you whatever the fuck, you know.
Yeah, right.
Like, and then it's just like if I'm watching it with like my girlfriend or something, and she just sees me just call you something like off, like out of pocket.
Yeah.
She'll be like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
And I'll be like, oh,
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Like how I'm not gonna expose like stuff in the group chat, but like how I found a new word,
Oh yeah.
like something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if we fucking talk about it, people are like, what the fuck? You know? But it's like,
Yeah.
it's just. So it's not like my tone of voice, it's just how I talk and how my language changes.
Yep.
Especially in a different setting. So, but yeah, how do you feel?
About atheism?
No, about.
Oh, about
Is it how you talk or is it like your tone of voice?
it's not my tone of voice at all. I mean, if it was, I mean, I can't change my voice.
Right.
It's more of how I talk and like
Yeah.
what I say, because
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna come out my mouth.
Yeah.
And like after we have this conversation, after we upload this podcast, I'm not gonna remember what I said,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be super scared
Yeah.
when I hear it, and I'm sitting in front of my parents, and they're just like looking at me like,
Yeah.
so
Like, dude, like you'll leave and I'll edit the video.
yeah,
And I'll literally like be working on the description, and some descriptions have topics and some don't. And the reason why like most of them don't is because I literally forget what we fucking talked about.
exactly,
And we recorded like 2 hours before.
yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, quick behind the scenes of what goes on. Usually, what happens if we're in a perfect world, right? You know, quality is good, audio is good,
Yeah.
our software is working exactly how we want it.
Yeah.
This is how it usually works. And let's say I don't have homework or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So usually what happens is that we'll stop recording, right? We're done. Turn off the camera, bring the camera here, give you the SD card, put the camera on the charger, okay? So now you're uploading, doing all that stuff while I'm just chilling here, basically just watching what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then we just watch a Netflix movie, Netflix TV show, whatever, right?
Netflix can chill you.
Yeah, basically, yes. But that happens, and then as soon as it's uploaded, I usually go home, chill, do some homework, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you will send me some clips, like he'll edit some clips and stuff, and then he'll send it to me, and I'll do all of the editing of like when I'm talking, it's on my face, when you're talking, it's on your face.
Yeah.
And then I send it to you to approve, and then as soon as you approve, you're gonna put like the subtitles. As soon as I get the subtitles and like our socials and everything, he sends it back to me, and then I upload it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, basically every platform that allows shorts.
Yeah, and haven't been doing that lately.
It's not a perfect world right now.
It's not.
That's the only reason why. It's just because
Once we up our game.
yeah, coming soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we've been saying, it's just because the quality's been bad. Audio's been fine.
Audio is perfectly fine.
It's always the audio. Audio is always perfect.
We just don't want to give you guys shit clips. And lately, for the past 3 episodes, we've been trying to make clips, but the visual software is just not doing
At
what
all.
it's supposed to.
Because all right, so the software that we use for visual is the same one that we connect our audio and our visual to.
Yeah.
So as soon as we upload it, it's like the best way to describe it is like how I described it to you about Snapchat. If I'm recording a video and I send it to you on Snapchat, and then you repost that video and then send it to somebody else, the quality gets worse.
Yeah.
And then the more you send it to people, the worse the quality gets.
Right.
So the more raw the source is, the better the quality is. But we can't make shorts off of our software because our software doesn't have the capability to do it.
Yeah.
And then when you make the short, then you can't, do the editing of the cropping where my face is there and then cutting it to your face and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason why we just the quality's just dog. But yeah, so that's a little behind the scenes of what goes on.
Just garbage water, but
basically.
Yeah. But yeah, so what would you say about
atheism?
Yes.
Okay, so I just recently learned that it's one of the most growing religions in the world.
Isn't that weird to say it's a religion?
Yeah, it is. So I believe in monotheism. You believe in monotheism. I think all of the religions believe in monotheism, but they think of it other ways, right?
Right.
So like yours is 1 and 3, ours is 1 and 1, and then like let's say Hinduism, it's like 1 and whatever, however many they have. So there'll be like one deity with like multiple things, right?
Yeah.
What atheism is, it's basically there's nothing like how we have monotheism, and then you like Christianity, Catholics, Christians.
Yeah.
Basically the whole branch believe God, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, right? So that's the 1 and 3. We believe that there's God, and then he has 120,000 prophets, but he specifically favored 5, and then out of those 5, he specifically favored 1 out of all of them. But they're not as close to being as high as God.
Yeah.
And then you get to atheism. There's no one high deity. There's no one high, like prophet. There's nothing like that. There's no Holy Ghost. There's nothing like that. It's all we create what we create. So that's the background of it. I think I'm not going to say it's dumb because people believe it, but
yeah.
Because if you believe that, and then some people believe that, or like there's like these conversations that people have on TikTok and on YouTube about like an atheist will walk up and then bring up like certain verse from the Quran, or like an atheist will walk up and bring up certain verse of the Bible, right? They don't have a holy book.
Yeah.
So what are they believing in? The science?
Yeah.
There's holy books that go before the science.
Yeah.
Like in the Quran, it talks about we created you in pairs, as in a man and a woman. Okay. Like how you guys believe in Adam and Eve.
Right.
They believe that like whatever happened, and like
science,
whatever
Big
science,
Bang, whatever
the Big Bang, whatever the science says, right? But
So
what comes before the science?
Yeah.
Like that's what I would bring up to them, is what comes before the science.
Yeah. So what did they just grab like a high school level science textbook?
I mean, I don't know how it works. They just don't believe in God. I think they believe in coincidences, I think.
Yeah.
But there's another word for this. Paganism.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And
yeah, atheism is just a weird
it's a weird dynamic, dude. Like
yeah.
I can't describe how. It's not that I'm mad about it. It's just like I don't know how to describe what they believe in.
Yeah.
Because there's so many there's that, and then there's when they let's say me and a person that's atheist get into an argument. Obviously, I can rebut from my religion, but when I try to ask them questions, I have no idea what to ask because I have no idea where they're coming from.
Yeah. Unless you just have to go along with what they say.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, that's just
What's your opinion on it?
so I think the reason it's growing so big is because people are going away from like other religions.
Okay.
So remember how we were talking about like Satanism in
Yeah.
Hollywood?
Mm-hmm.
I think like things like Hollywood and like the music industry, whatever the fuck, like I think that drives atheism
Mm-hmm.
because you have artists and people that are praising the devil, shit like that, you know? I feel like, I mean, praising that, if you're accepting that the devil exists, you're accepting that God exists.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, I believe in science, but the devil exists. And then it's like, what the fuck?
So
are
so
you?
what? So what's the opposite of Satan?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, atheism,
It's a confusing thing, man.
it is confusing because it's, you know, they say the Big Bang created everything, but it's like, who
So, but
created
what?
the Big
Yeah,
Bang?
that's what I was about to say. Like, what do you think created the Big Bang?
Exactly.
How were there stars in the space?
Exactly.
How is Earth? Like, this is what when I was younger, I always thought of as like, how are we able to live? Like, there's all these planets, right? Not just
Mhm.
in our solar system. There's multiple solar system. How in all of these solar systems, one singular solar system, one singular planet in that solar system can acquire human life?
Yeah.
There's no way that there's not a God if that's a real thing,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean,
I don't know.
it's confusing.
I
It's
don't know.
confusing.
I mean, yeah, atheism is just yeah,
I think there's
defined
another.
as the absence of a belief in deities,
Yeah.
if
So
that's how you say it,
yeah.
or the rejection of a belief in deities, or the belief that no deities exist.
Like here's another way I would describe it, right? So Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak on what you believe,
Yeah.
but in Islam what we believe is that so when people ask us what does Islam mean, a lot of people say it's a religion of peace.
Mm-hmm.
It is true. But the real meaning of Islam is believing in the unseen.
Yeah.
Atheism is the opposite of believing in the unseen.
Yeah.
So like I think Christianity believes in the same thing as like you've never seen God, right? You've never seen Jesus Christ.
Right.
You've never seen the Holy Ghost. You are also believing in the unseen.
Yeah.
Atheism, on the other hand, they're believing in only what they see with their own eyes.
Yeah.
So like my hand, right? In the Quran it says we're made from clay,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if I'm feeling my hand, it doesn't feel like clay.
Yeah.
That's what they think.
Mm-hmm.
And like let's say
It's like they're almost too literal.
yeah, like everything that they take is real like super literal.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what it
I'm not against atheism. It's just it's hard for me to grasp the full understanding of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Just because like my belief in my religion is so strong, like I believe that there's an actual God,
Yeah.
and like knowing how they think that there's no actual God and everything happens because of coincidence and science, it's kind of
Yeah.
weird.
Right. All right. Next one.
Yeah, next one.
Freedom of speech.
It's in the Constitution. You deserve freedom of speech.
So what do you think about like censorship and how Twitter's been censoring the whole COVID-19 thing?
Man, when you told me about that COVID-19 thing, I was upset.
Yeah.
Cause
Oh, also in an interview with Elon Musk and Tucker Carlson,
Yep.
Elon Musk said he was like surprised on how many like government agencies had access to people's DMs and Twitter.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But
It's fucked up.
so I believe in freedom of speech. I believe everyone has the right to speak.
Yeah.
I don't believe that the government has the right to enable or like look at what you said on whatever site it is.
Mhm.
So like let's say Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Obviously people are going to have messed up heads and say crazy stuff, but that doesn't give the government the right to look at what I'm saying. Obviously there's going to be opinions that rebut it, like, but what if they say, oh, I'm going to bomb the Capitol?
Yeah.
They should be on top of it, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean,
It's concerning.
That's
but
considered that's considered an exception.
Yeah.
Everything that we talk about will have an exception. I'm talking
Right.
about the mass majority here.
Yeah.
If me and you are talking on Twitter, right? Let's say me and you are DMing each other.
Yeah.
Just it's crazy to think that government agencies can see what you're talking about
Yeah.
and flag it down.
That's some like North Korea shit.
Yeah. And I believe that so when we go back to Twitter and censorship, I would say the more censorship we have, the worse the society will be,
Yeah.
is what I would say, is just because the more censorship there is, that means that they're only leaning towards one opinion.
Yeah.
So like, we'll go back to the vaccination thing, right? They're getting rid of all of these things about, what was it? Was it the anti-vax or was it like getting a vax? I don't remember which one it was. Or were they lying about like the COVID deaths or something?
They were saying how like if people died and had like COVID in their system, they marked it as a COVID death.
Okay. So yeah, let's talk about that. So they censored that and made it just seem like everyone's just dying because of COVID in general. Just COVID is the reason they died.
Yeah.
Right? So now people are thinking that, versus if they actually explained what actually happened, people are going to have a different opinion. So now you're going to have two different opinions.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they could have censored a number of shit. I'm sure that was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there was a clip and the lady said that the main idea of what the lady said in like the court case or some shit, she said how pretty much the reason they censored it was because of they didn't want people hearing what they might have not have wanted to hear from people.
Yeah, I would say so.
Or from like the experts.
Yeah.
Like they were worried about if these people might not like, this actual fact of COVID being released, so we're not gonna fucking tell people.
But now, why don't you let the people decide what they want to look at and what they not want to look at?
Exactly.
Not.
But that's why fucking when Elon bought Twitter, he fired 80% of the execs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, if you just want to one of the reasons they probably had all those executives was because of the censoring.
Yep.
They needed all those execs to be in charge of censoring different fucking things. So,
yep.
I mean, it's a bunch of bullshit, man.
It is.
Some bullshit.
But so yeah, is that the last controversial topic you had?
No, dude.
We'll have one more. We'll have one more.
I gotta pick a good one.
So while you're looking, the draft is coming up in 6 days. We're still trying to look into trying to do a special for it where we're gonna do live reactions. Just trying to figure out how we're gonna do it and when we're gonna do it. But stay tuned.
A legal way to do it.
And a legal way to do it, yeah. We're thinking of not hosting it here, but hosting it at another creator's house. And hopefully they agree with it. And I feel like it would be good for both of our channels.
Yeah. If it don't get the hopes up.
Yeah.
But we're going to be working on it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try my best. He's going to try his best to try to convince the creator to try to figure out how we're going to record, because the camera we have does not support live streaming.
Yeah.
Because I think it does, but we just don't have the wire for it.
Yeah.
I think it's because it needs a certain HDMI cord, and then we have to set it up on the Mac, and then when you go from there, you can just go to YouTube, and then you can see it from there.
Interesting.
But I'll look into it, but I think that's how you do it.
Okay.
But there's a whole lot easier way of doing it, and that's just off our phone.
Okay.
So camera thing is not that big of a deal. It's just more of how we're gonna do it legally and when to do it and where to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure all that later.
But yeah, it would probably be like because the draft is 3 days long, so 4 hours each day. So yeah, basically, you guys are gonna get a 12-hour episode, essentially.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think about?
Because we can't talk about something too controversial that like would demonetize us, or not demonetize, but like get rid of this episode.
Yeah. Can't. Might have to move to Rumble, man. Might have to.
Oh yeah, explain Rumble, cause I saw this on
So-
Twitter.
In a world, no, I'm just playing. So think of YouTube, right?
Yep.
But you have freedom of speech.
Okay.
That's what Rumble is.
Okay, so it's just another platform where we can upload,
Upload YouTube videos, just the same.
just say whatever we want.
Just say whatever you want. They just don't get rid of you.
Oh, nice.
Obviously, you gotta like, don't say, "Hey, I'm fucking shooting up this place at this time. Meet me there."
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
Don't say no fucking crazy shit. But like, you can actually express your point of views, and you don't get taken down. So-
Yeah. So while you're still looking, I'm gonna endorse. I will be endorsing the stickers that I have. I have 3 stickers, and I will be giving them out to whoever wants them. Really,
Yeah. Whoever comments.
whoever comments or whoever like
If you make it this far in the video.
DMs me, text me, or whatever, I'll hand these out. Hopefully you
free.
make more so we can just give them out.
Yeah.
'Cause
I'll
this
probably
is-
make a bigger quantity.
This is a good market scheme.
Yeah. I was bored. I was like, let's make a fucking sticker. So.
Oh yeah, and then I'm also been here. We'll talk about this after the pod, but more changes coming soon.
Yeah. I'm good.
I wouldn't say rebranding, but kind of a rebranding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna say I'm just gonna go with the easy one here. I guess let's say minimum wage. So do you think it should be this? Do you think it is fine the way it is, or do you think it should be higher?
So in Illinois, the minimum wage right now is 13 an hour.
It's 13.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's 15. Yeah, it's 15 in the city. I
Because
know that.
then next year it will be moved up to 14, and then the year after it's gonna be moved up to 15.
Mhm.
But that's that's the bill.
Yeah.
There's nothing higher after that. But I believe that it should be higher. Minimum wage should not be 13 an hour.
Yeah.
15 an hour, yeah, I mean 15 an hour might be fine.
Yeah.
But in today's economy, 13 an hour is not going to get anybody by.
No, I mean 15 doesn't get anybody by.
Exactly. Like let's say like our old job, right? I'm not
Yeah.
going to say their name or whatever, but the old job that we used to work at, minimum wage for the part-time workers was 13, but we got commission,
Yeah.
and a full-time was 15,
Yeah.
but they also got commission.
Yeah.
I think that's not enough.
Yeah.
I think minimum wage for full-time should be minimum 18 to 20.
I think 18 to 20.
Because in today's economy, and like if you look at house pricing right now, they're crazy inflated.
Yeah.
Interest rate is also crazy inflated. I'm pretty sure housing interest rate should be around 2 to 3%. Right now it's at like 7.8, 7.9, high
Yeah.
sevens, which is insane.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Mortgage rates are also crazy high right now just because of the interest rates. So, and also it's it's what they call a selling market right now, or a seller's market.
Yeah.
So, which means if you were trying to sell this house right now,
Yeah.
you can make maybe up to $250,000 profit
Yeah.
of selling this house from when you first bought it,
Yeah.
just because of, or like, let's say the market value of this house right now, before like how the inflation and everything, right, is
Mhm.
$200,000, right?
Yeah.
Now with all the inflation that's been going on these past few years, this house would probably be worth $280,000 to $300,000,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
So I believe that minimum wage should be higher just because people need to buy houses, people need to have shelter,
Yeah.
and they need to buy food and gas. So it should be higher and compensate for the inflation that's being occurred.
Right.
So also like it's just decreasing the value of the American dollar.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. It should definitely be higher, but you would just have to determine what that cutoff point is.
Yeah.
Because obviously you get too high, like 30 is like
30
can't-
yeah, you can't do 30
can't do 30
because that's
but-
a salary job.
exactly. So you would just have to find that cutoff point. Kind of like, I don't even know how you'd calculate it, but you pretty much would just want what kind of gets you by on, let's just say, like renting an apartment or some shit.
Yep.
So, and like credit score too and shit. You'd have to just put in a number of shit together to like calculate it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I definitely think it should be higher. I would say 18 to 20 is pretty good.
Yeah.
And
And that's for full time, not part time.
yeah, for full time.
Part time, I'm fine with 15.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd probably have to figure out the 15 or not 15, the part time part.
Yeah.
Like how much like what's the minimum wage on a part-time job too?
The
And-
minimum wage for a part-time job is 13 right
But
now.
I'm saying like
Oh
to
yeah,
raise
yeah, I know what
that-
you're talking about. Yeah,
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 like to raise it with like the compensate, because like you can't just be working full time and then like, oh, I got to go full time and then you're dropping to 13. Like that's
yeah. That's not fair.
yeah, no,
But I mean, I think a $3 decrease from full-time to part-time is fair.
yeah,
Just because part-time workers can work from, like, I mean, sometimes I work 10 hours a week
mm-hmm.
versus someone that works 40 plus hours a week. It's completely different.
Yeah,
Because some people are legit working 9 to 5 every day, 8 hours a day, maybe 1-2 days off a week.
mm-hmm.
It's not easy.
Yeah, no,
So they deserve a higher pay grade than someone that works 10 to 15 hours a week.
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I would say 18 to 20 is pretty good.
Yeah. So now let's talk about, before we end, you're not thinking about moving out now, but when you do move out, where are you going to live?
I don't know.
It's a good question, right?
It's actually a pretty good question. I would probably still live somewhere in the area for now. Just to be close with family, but I mean, with my dating situation, it's there's some further questions asked as far as moving to places. So
Yeah.
that's I don't know if I would have a firm answer on where I would move, but a firm answer would be like close to here around, just for like just moving out type shit. So
But yeah, I mean, you also got to remember that you're young.
yeah,
Because I remember somebody gave me like this advice, and it just opened up my eyes about it, is that you're young. Like, people usually decide to move out when they're 18, 19 years old, and then they always end up coming back.
yeah,
Right now, as a college student, I don't have enough money to move out. But even if I did have enough money, I would move out. But I already know that as soon as I get into the real world, I already know that, like, I'll look at housing, utilities, bills, all the car note, phone bill, everything that they, like, my parents do, and I'll just be overwhelmed with it.
yeah,
So I believe that the advice I would give you is I'm not saying wait longer. I'm just saying just know when you should go.
right.
And you'll definitely, won't know now.
I'm not in no hurry to move out.
Exactly, yeah.
Like I'm not I'd prefer to stay here for years to come, but obviously there's obviously a time when you should move out.
And
so.
obviously you're not going to know now, but there's definitely going to be a time when you're just going to be in your head, and that's as soon as you know in your head, that's when you should move.
Yeah.
Not as soon as you have this doubt in your mind that maybe I should stay here. As soon as you feel like you should move, I believe you should move.
Yeah.
But you should take that calculated risk when you can,
Yeah.
not when you have to.
Yeah.
Because when you can, then you know how much money you have at that time.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
But yeah.
Where would you move?
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay. So it really depends on, so let's say 1, I get into medical school. 2, where the medical school is. 3, where I end up taking my residency. But where I would want to move is Texas.
Yeah.
Live in specifically Dallas Frisco area, because that place is so nice. Dude, I really want to go back.
We got to take a trip there, dude.
Dude, I'm so down.
Me
But
too.
tickets for like flights right now are crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Because when I looked,
So I'm not going to Colorado this summer.
Really?
Nah. I don't know. So far, she's coming here, so
Yeah.
I don't have to, but I don't know. Maybe like later in the summer.
But yeah, no, like prices right now. So like when we wanted to go to Dallas, the round trip plus hotel for 7 nights was about like $800 to $1,000 each, which is not bad at all.
See, that's not bad because I've spent or almost spent close to $500 just for a round trip to go to Colorado.
Yeah.
And that's not including like a hotel or nothing.
Yeah, so now I looked into it. It's like $3,500 per person for that same trip.
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know about all that.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to have to let that die down a little bit.
Just calm down.
Calm down.
Yeah, but when I first looked, I was like, dude, we should make this trip now.
Yeah.
And then my dad's like, nah, let's wait on it. Let's wait on it. Waited on it, and I was like,
Let's spend the extra money.
yeah. But yeah, any advice before we adjourn?
Just keep the bullshit out your head. Keep grinding. Stay low. Keep moving.
Keep being you.
Put trust and faith in God, man.
Yeah. Work hard for whatever you want. Let's say you want something in life. You're not gonna get it just by let's say praying on it, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna get it just by praying on it and then just sitting idly by about
Right.
it. You have to pray on it, and then if it's right for you, you'll work hard for it.
Yeah.
And still you don't get it, then that means God made his decision and it's not right for you.
Yeah.
And you should believe whatever he says.
Yeah. Agreed.
So yeah. Peace.
Deuces.